Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well, and welcome to day 55 of reading 101 essays that will change the way you think. As always, shout out to Brianna West for the text, and today's title is Why You're Struggling in Your Relationships, based on your attachment style. It's common knowledge that most of our beliefs about the world are shaped in childhood, and most issues that people experience as adults have something to do with what was experienced in the earliest phases of life. Never is this more truer than with romantic relationships. They are, after all, extensions of the bonds we build and things we come to understand about men, women, and how they interact through our parents. Many people spend their lives recreating their first familial relationships, often to their own detriment. Here, the 4 types of attachment styles children develop, and how understanding your own can help you stop struggling so much in your relationships now. Secure. If you are someone who attaches securely, one or both of your parents were completely attuned to your needs during early childhood. You learn to trust people and objectively struggle the least with relationships, as you don't over-respond to the idea of being rejected or dismissed. You don't fear it as much. However, if you are struggling in your relationships, it's likely because of your complacency. You're willing to stay in the wrong relationships for too long because they're good enough. But at the same time, you're more hesitant to commit to the right relationship when they come along because there's more risk involved. You are comfortable and prefer to stay that way, possibly at the detriment of your heart's true desires. What you need to do is open up to the reality that love is scary, especially the kind of love that's worthwhile. Take your time, but don't choose the easy way out. The easy way out will always be staying. Because I feel like a lot of people, because of this secure attachment style, you don't want to be alone. You don't want to, what if one day we break up? Because if we break up, then I might not find anybody else. I might be alone forever. And you want that security. You are complacent and you're settling for this person. Even though you're not head over heels, super in love with this person, you're like, this person is good enough. They fulfill my needs. They're respectful, they're loving, they're kind. But you don't feel that there's that spark there. You're not truly yourself. You're not unhinged. You're not unconditionally you around them. They don't bring that side out of you. But they do everything right. They show up. They take you on dates. They buy you nice gifts. They're doing everything right. But that spark is just missing. And you're like, this is good enough. And you're worried that if you leave, you're never going to find anything better. But that's what love is. And that's what we need to understand. Love is scary. But if this is not the love of your life, it's not worth it. Don't take the easy way out. Avoidant. If you are someone with avoidant attachment, you are likely the child of parents who are emotionally unavailable and insensitive to your genuine needs. You became a little adult at a young age, avoided and still avoid expressing true pain or need for help, especially to parents and caretakers, and highly value your independence, almost to a fault. You are self-contained and the most comfortable alone. Your parents likely punished you for feeling anything other than happy, or at least shamed you for crying or expressing your feelings in any way that wasn't convenient for them. This likely has led to intimacy issues as you struggle to be your whole self around someone else. If you're struggling in your relationship, it's because you've grown to associate imperfections with dismissal. You think that opening up completely and genuinely will inevitably lead to you being unloved or rejected, because you learn at a young age that expressing genuine feelings can be dangerous. You're probably overly accepting of other people's flaws, but absolutely cannot tolerate any of your own. What you need to do is practice opening up to other people in a genuine way. Start with friends, maybe, and see that you won't be disowned for being who you are. Once you develop a more trusting attitude with others, it will become easier and easier to be intimate. I think that this is me. I'm a very avoidant person, and it does come from my parents, because as you can see, I'm Asian, and a lot of Asian parents are very emotionally unavailable. They expect perfection from their kids, and anything other than that, then there's something wrong with you. And it does come from a good place. I don't fault my parents. I don't blame my parents for anything, because I know that they did the best they could. So this is no shade to them. This is just the way it is. The way that they were raised, and then the way they are raised, they raise their kids the same way, right? So it's just a cycle. It's a cycle of their parents are avoidant, so they're also avoidant. So it's acknowledging it, right? It's breaking those cycles. And how do you break the avoidant attachment style? You have to understand that imperfections are part of being human. We're not robots. We're not perfect. And yeah, you were conditioned to be perfect. You were conditioned to, if you are not perfect, if you are feeling upset, angry, if you're feeling all these different negative emotions, anything other than everything's all good, my life is great, then something is wrong with you. Every single time you opened up, something's wrong with you. Every single time you didn't get things exactly perfect, exactly the way they wanted you to, something's wrong with you. But that's not the case. That is not realistic, and that's not how you breed healthy relationships with you and with other people. So especially with relationships, you don't talk. You don't tell people how you're feeling, and you just keep shoving it under the bed. They're doing something you don't like, you don't bring it up, you don't talk about it, because you think that by talking about it, something is going to go wrong. And you're not opening up to other people because you think that they are going to fault you for it. And people will fault you for it. But it's finding people who don't. Finding people who will hold your hand through your problems. Finding people who will be there for you despite your problems, despite your flaws, despite your sins. And yeah, it's good to start with friends. Even if you have siblings, you can do it with siblings as well. Because with relationships, it's harder. I would say it's harder to open up, to talk about your feelings with a romantic partner than it is with friends. So it's just understanding that perfection is an unrealistic expectation that was put on you and that you keep putting on to yourself. Anxious. If you've developed an anxious attachment, it's because your parents were inconsistently attuned to your needs. At times you were nurtured and loved, but at others they were overly intrusive and intensive. You likely struggle with indecisiveness and fear of the unknown, as you never know what kind of treatment to expect from people. You have a hard time trusting others, but at the same time are easily overly attached and clingy, even just to the idea of a person. This is because you are afraid of anything you haven't grown to know as safe, and want to hang on to the people rather than face your fear of the unknown. If you're struggling in your relationship, it's because you are spending too much time mind reading, assuming, projecting, predicting, and anticipating outcomes in an effort to shield yourself from pain, or because you refuse to let go of fear that you'll never find anybody else. Either way, you're more in your head than in your heart, and you're letting your life be guided by what you're trying to avoid. as opposed to what you're trying to achieve. Being bitter in your relationships will likely be the product of learning that the anxiety and urgency you feel is in your head. You need to work on refocusing your thoughts, differentiating reality from your fears, and surrounding yourself with trustworthy, caring people. I feel like if you're somebody who's anxious, you have a fear of the unknown, your parents were hot and cold, you assume, you project, and you predict. What I would do is you just have to be really forward. You have to be forward with your relationships, asking people and confirming things. Stop assuming things. If you don't know something, then you can just ask. Just ask, and if their actions follow, then you can trust them, right? Because a lot of the times we'll assume, oh, they haven't texted me back. It means that they're out talking to somebody else. They haven't told me that they love me yet. Why are they doing this to me? Do they really love me? But they haven't told you that they love you because they haven't told anybody ever. They haven't told anybody, and they're scared, and they don't really know how to. They don't know how to communicate it well. But you're assuming that they don't love you because they haven't said it, when you could just ask. If you don't ask, you'll never know. So if you're anxious, I feel like the best way is to just control the things that you can. You'll never be able to control another person, control their actions, but you can talk to them and be honest and straightforward with them. A lot of people, they beat around the bush because they don't want to hurt feelings. They don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. But that's how you get the answers that you're assuming. You're assuming these things when you can just ask. Disorganized. If you formed a disorganized attachment in childhood, it is because your parents or caretakers were abusive, frightening, or even life-threatening. You wanted to escape, yet your livelihood depended on the very people who were hurting you most. You may not have been fully able to escape until adulthood. Your attachment figure was your main source of distress, and to survive, you are forced to begin disassociating from yourself. If you're struggling in your relationships, it's because you haven't learned to listen to your emotional navigation system yet. You aren't choosing partners you genuinely care about, or ignoring your instincts because you grew up forced not to trust yourself. Sure, you were in pain, but if you wanted to survive, you had to ignore that pain and convince yourself everything was all right. What you need to do is some very serious mental and emotional work that likely involves recalling your past trauma and writing your narrative of what happened in your life. You will need to reassociate with your inner guidance system and learn to trust it more than you do your thoughts or ideas. This is a very sad and tough one. This one is very hard because it means that you had abusive, frightening, and even life-threatening upbringing. You had a really tough childhood, and you were forced to disassociate. You were forced to not listen to your emotions and just act like everything was okay. And with relationships, we can't do that. When your partner is being abusive, putting you through certain things, you're acting like everything's okay because that's what you did your whole life. But it's recognizing that the things that I went through, that was not okay. It was not okay, but it's normal to you. But just because it's normal to you, it doesn't mean that it's okay. So understanding that if you went through a very traumatic childhood, you have to see it for how it really was. It was bad, it was terrible, and you deserve a lot better. And I'm sorry if you had to go through something like that. But you did. You did, and now we have to try to live and move on from it. And we can't put ourselves back into relationships like that. Because a lot of people, they will replicate their environment at home. Whatever their childhood or upbringing was, they'll find it in people. So it's reflecting on your childhood and understanding that the things that you went through were unfair and you shouldn't have gone through them. So don't put yourself through it with another person just because it was normal to you, just because it was familiar to you. So tomorrow's title is 16 Ways Suppressed Emotions Are Appearing in Your Life. So I hope everyone enjoyed today's video. Hope you have a good rest of your night. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 56.